Samantha's hands were shaking so badly she could barely hold the flashlight. The beam flickered across the dark nursery, landing on the rocking chair. It was moving, slowly, rhythmically, back and forth though no one was sitting in it. Her breath caught. The sound of tiny footsteps echoed from the hall, quick, uneven, almost like someone small running in circles. The baby monitor crackled beside her, and then a faint whisper came through. "Don't look under the crib." The voice wasn't a baby's. It was low, male, and coming from inside the room. Samantha's heart pounded in her ears. She wanted to scream, but her throat locked up. The flashlight beam trembled as she turned toward the crib. The blanket was moving. She froze, every nerve in her body screaming to run, but something in her gut told her if she moved, she wouldn't make it out of the room alive. And then, the blanket stopped. The whisper came again, closer this time. "You shouldn't have come here, Samantha." Who knew her name? The flashlight flickered out. It had started just 2 days earlier, when Samantha scrolled past a now hiring babysitter ad on her phone. The job sounded perfect. 1 child, weekends only, good pay, and the house was just 10 minutes from her apartment. She needed the money for college, and the listing looked legit, posted by a couple named Mr. and Mrs. Calloway. She'd met them the next afternoon. The Calloways were polite but strange. The mother, pale and nervous, kept wringing her hands. The father, tall and quiet, never smiled. He only asked one thing: that Samantha never enter the basement. She thought it was weird, but she laughed it off. "No problem," she'd said. "I don't even like basements." That Friday night, she arrived for her first shift. The Calloways were already dressed to go out. The mom kissed the baby, then whispered to Samantha, "He sleeps through the night. Usually." The way she said usually made Samantha uneasy. When they left, the house fell quiet, too quiet. She tried to relax, scrolled through her phone, and checked the baby monitor. The child was sleeping peacefully, curled up under a blue blanket. Hours passed. Around 11:30, the baby monitor buzzed. Static. Then a soft giggle. Samantha frowned. She tapped the screen. "Hello," she whispered, feeling stupid for talking to a device. Then came the sound of tiny feet running. Her heart skipped. She stood up, walked down the dark hallway, and peeked into the nursery. The baby was still sleeping, but the rocking chair was moving. She stared at it, confused. Maybe the air vent was on. Maybe she'd imagined it. She turned back toward the door, and that's when she saw it. A shadow in the hallway. It was tall, too tall to be a reflection. It lingered there, still as stone, before slowly stepping backward into the darkness. Samantha gasped and flicked the light switch. Nothing. The power was still on except in that part of the house. She backed into the nursery, locked the door, and picked up the baby monitor. Her hand trembled as she pressed the side button to check the other camera views. Basement feed, static. Living room, empty. Front hall, motion detected. She stared as the blurry outline of a man appeared on the screen, standing right by the staircase. Then, the baby monitor switched off. The baby let out a short cry. Samantha looked down and realized the blue blanket was gone. Her knees went weak. She reached for the crib and froze. From underneath it came a sound she will never forget: slow breathing. That's when she whispered to herself, "Oh God, I think someone's in the house." And then, the baby's mobile started spinning on its own. The mobile kept spinning, slowly at first, then faster, like something invisible was pushing it. The little plastic stars clacked against each other, filling the room with an eerie rhythm that didn't match the silence around her. Samantha's voice trembled. "Who's there?" No answer. Just that breathing, heavy, human, wrong. She forced herself to move. Dropping to her knees, she lifted the edge of the blanket hanging from the crib. Her flashlight was dead, so she used her phone's screen glow, a soft blue light barely cutting through the dark. And there he was. A man. His face pale, his eyes wide open, staring straight back at her. Samantha screamed and stumbled backward, crashing into the rocking chair. Her phone flew from her hand and slid under the dresser. The man crawled out from under the crib with a jerky, unnatural movement, like his limbs didn't work right. He stood up slowly, towering over her, his head nearly touching the ceiling. He wore a torn black coat, his skin gray, and his mouth moved as if he were whispering, but no sound came out. Samantha bolted for the door. It was locked from the outside. She pounded on it, screaming for help. "Somebody, please." Then silence. She turned around. The man was gone. The rocking chair had stopped moving. The crib was empty, and on the floor, where the man had been, lay the blue baby blanket. Folded perfectly. Samantha's breathing grew shallow. She picked up the blanket, hands shaking, and found a note tucked underneath it. It said, "He doesn't like the light." At that exact moment, her phone lit up again, only now, the baby monitor app had reopened by itself. The camera feed showed the nursery from above. She could see herself on the screen, standing there, staring at the blanket. And right behind her the man. She spun around, screaming, but he was gone again. The air smelled like old dust and smoke. Her instincts kicked in. She needed to get out. She threw her shoulder against the door once, twice, until it broke open. She ran down the hallway, tripping over toys and bumping into furniture. Her only goal, the front door. But when she got there, it was wide open, swinging back and forth in the wind. Outside, the Callaway's car was still gone. No neighbors, no passing cars. Just the sound of the wind whistling through the trees. Then she heard the baby crying again. From the basement. Samantha froze in the doorway. The father had told her never to go down there, but she couldn't leave the baby. She took one step toward the basement door. It creaked open on its own. "Please," she whispered, "please don't let this be real." The stairs were pitch black. She turned on her flashlight again. It flickered weakly and began to descend. Halfway down, she noticed the walls. They weren't plain concrete. They were covered with drawings. Crayon sketches of a tall, faceless man. A child. A crib. And words scrawled again and again. "He lives in the dark." The baby's cry echoed from below. She reached the bottom step and shined the light around. There was a crib in the middle of the room. Empty. Beside it, 3 candles burned. And on the wall behind it, family photos. But in every photo, one figure had been blacked out. The air grew cold. Her flashlight dimmed, sputtering. Then a whisper echoed in her ear. "You shouldn't have woken him." She spun around and saw the man again, closer than before. His mouth opened wide, but the sound that came out wasn't human. It was like a recording played backward, loud, broken, and distorted. Samantha screamed, grabbed one of the burning candles, and threw it at him. The flame hit the wall, spreading fast. Smoke filled the basement. She ran for the stairs, coughing, but something grabbed her ankle. She kicked hard, tore free, and climbed until daylight hit her face. She burst through the front door and collapsed on the porch, gasping for air. Moments later, headlights appeared, the Callaways returning home. They jumped out of the car, shouting her name. Mr. Callaway ran to the porch, lifting her up. "What happened?" he yelled. Samantha pointed toward the door, sobbing. "The basement. He's down there." Mrs. Callaway froze. "Who?" "The man," Samantha cried. "The one from the nursery. He had your baby." Mrs. Callaway's face went pale. Her voice cracked. "Samantha, we don't have a baby." Samantha blinked. "What?" The mother shook her head, tears streaming. "Our son died in that house 3 years ago." Behind them, smoke began to pour from the open door. And over the sound of the fire, from deep inside the house, came the soft, familiar noise of a baby monitor and the faintest whisper. "Don't look under the crib."